Hey everyone, what's going on? So today I'm going to show you my playbook on Tesla. So playbook I know might be a new term for so many people, especially in Pakistan. So playbook is actually a process of archiving your best trade setups with certain variables, like it could be your RVOL, it could be your daily volume, it could be the ATR, VIX number. I'm going to show you what variables I add into my playbook. So the benefit of having a playbook is that when you trade in real time, you already know that, okay, wait a second, these are the market conditions which are lining up right now. And the same thing I have recorded in my past playbooks. So you can already anticipate if this trade is going to work or not. Additionally, if you see a similar market conditions lining up, you can eventually size up more on your trades. So let me show you my playbook now. Okay, so the ticker name is actually Tesla and the setup name is actually continuation sell off, which is a second day play. I have actually merged 2 days of my playbook into just one, so because the idea was same behind that. So first thing in my playbook is always the bigger picture charts. Bigger picture charts includes the SPY charts, because SPY represents the overall market. So I have added the daily time frame here, daily time frame chart, and also I have 4-hour chart here. Then I have Tesla daily time frame, right? And I have 4-hour chart, I have 2-hour chart. Okay, then it comes down to the big picture briefing. So in this slide I have actually explained what I was looking behind all those charts which I have shared in the big picture chart section. So when I'm trading stocks, I always look at the SPY. SPY is basically an ETF of the S&P 500 and it actually represents the overall market. So when I'm trading the stocks, I always try my best that the ticker that I'm trading should be aligning with the SPY as well. So in this section, as you can see, that SPY was stalling around 416 to 18 mark with a triple divergence pattern going on. So similar action was happening on Tesla around 210 to 215 area. Let me show you the old charts here. Sorry. As you guys can see, SPY was actually testing its daily key levels here, and on the 4-hour chart you guys can see there were some multiple rejections coming through this area, right? So SPY was actually holding a certain level on the daily time frames, and also Tesla was holding its daily levels here. On the 4-hour chart you guys can see, in my previous video I told you guys that there was a reversal setup going on over here in this level here. Okay, so if we scroll down it to the 2-hour time frame, you can see there was a perfect DST setup going on from this point here to this point. So in my last video I told you guys, if Tesla breaks out this trend line, it might test this level here around, I was looking at the 190, but there was an FOMC meeting ahead, so it actually bounced all the way from this level here. So this is a perfect example where you see SPY and Tesla both are lining up. Actually there are some new terms like DST, triple dive, and D2 D3 play. We cover all this in our professional masterclass program. Anyhow, when I see a second day play or any type of pattern, I always wait for the market to show me an initial surging momentum move. Like here on Tesla chart, you guys can see there was a pattern lining up and then there is an initial sell off. You know what is a bearish trend? Bearish trend is actually sell off, lower high and lower low. What I was expecting is kind of a lower low, this type of move, right? This is the continuation move that we look at. My target on Tesla was around $190, which is this low here. But you know, there was an FOMC minutes meeting which I'm going to show you in my catalyst slides. So market bounced all the way from this level here. Who knows, it might come back down again today. But anyway, as a trader, my job is not to predict, it's actually to react when market is testing around certain key levels with certain patterns going on, like momentum weakness, DSTs, all the stuff that I'm going to show you here. Okay, so we have our star trader Ahmed here. He's also helping me in my playbook. So in the intraday catalyst, I look at what are the news coming ahead. So we had FOMC minutes meeting which were due at 12 a.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Feds is actually tackling an issue of inflation because Feds wants inflation to be back to 2%. That's why they are hiking more interest rates. So I always look at what is the average daily volume of my stock, the VIX number. VIX is actually a fear index. If you want to learn more about it, you guys can Google it. And the average daily ATR of the Tesla is almost around $11. 11 is actually a great number. So I wanted to make sure the stocks that I am trading are actually volatile. So when I'm taking the trades, they are not chopped up. Another observation about the stocks in play is usually the stocks that have earnings release, they are usually volatile for the next 2 to 3 days. So what you trade is actually more important than how you trade. It doesn't matter how many years of experience you might have, but if you are in a wrong stock that isn't moving, it's going to mentally frustrate you, right? It's gonna cost you financial capital, it's gonna cost you your mental energy. So just make sure that the stocks that you are trading should be actually moving. So you should keep track of these variables in your playbook. These are mine, you guys can customize it the way you want. Okay, so in this section of my playbook, I have shared intraday charts. So when I'm talking about the intraday charts, I mean 1 hour chart, the 5 minute chart, and the 1 minute time frame. Okay, so on the 5 minute chart, like in my last video, I told you guys that I will always be looking for where is the pre-market high, where is the pre-market low, and if there are some after hours levels or there might be some levels developed the day before yesterday, right? So here's the 1 minute time frame. One moment, let me show you my Discord. So here on my Discord, you guys can see I have told the guys to actually look for rejections around 200 to 201.50 level, which actually happened here. So right here you guys can see Tesla almost tested 201 mark, right? And then it rejected. In my last video, I told you guys that if I have a bearish view, I always wait for the market to actually close below the VWAP, right? If I have a bearish view and market is trading above the VWAP, I'm not going to take that trade, right? So here you guys can see I have actually waited for the market to actually test 200 and 201 level, right? After testing this level, market actually closed below the VWAP, and this is the point where I actually got short again, right? I'm going to show you my execution charts now. Okay, as you guys can see, this is the same candle here on my execution terminal, right? Although this is a bar chart and here is the candlestick chart, doesn't matter. So this is the point where I got short 500 shares. You guys can see it here, one moment. These were the positions that I added here. Although I got long here thinking that it could possibly take out 201 and 50 level here, but it actually stopped me out. You guys can see this is a half size position I got in. I'm not a perfect trader, making mistakes is just part of the game, but making sure that these are not the fatal ones which are actually gonna blow your account. Okay guys, so moving on to this last part of my playbook, which is actually the trade review section. I prefer trading only the opening session, which is usually the first 1 hour of market open. The reason being is that my trading style is scalping. So as a scalper, what you need to have is a directional volatility. Like in my previous slides, I told you guys that what you trade is more important than how you trade it. No matter what, you might have 10 years of experience. What if you are in a wrong stock during the first 1 hour? What it is gonna do? It is gonna cost you your mental energy, your financial capital, mental frustration, which you might carry into your next trading sessions. Okay, so it can also lead to over trading, revenge trading. If you have spent 3 to 4 years into the markets, you might be understanding what I'm trying to tell you guys. For beginners, it doesn't matter. So why do I trade Tesla? Mostly during the open. You guys can see this white separator line here is showing time between 7:30 to 9 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. So you can see during the first 1 hour, there is a clear direction in Tesla, right? Here you guys can see during the first 1.5 hour, there is a clear direction. There is a clear direction, right? This is a little bit chop here anyway. So you guys can see most of the times there is a clear direction. Right here you guys can see bearish opening drive. Here you guys can see bullish opening drive, right? So during first 1.5 hour there is a clear trend. Okay, I have done extensive research. I can't actually explain all those stuff in a video. Coming back to the trade review section again, it was off on Monday since it was a President Day holiday in US, so stock market was closed. So on Tuesday, I told you guys in my previous video that I had a bearish view. So once I have a view, I always try to take the setup in my view's direction, right? So if my context is bearish and market is going bullish, I'm not gonna take that trade. Right here, you guys can see on Tuesday, my context was bearish. So what happened during the open, market actually drove all the way back to the after hours highs, okay? And then it closed below the VWAP and all that action, which I actually explained. So on Wednesday, what happened? You guys can see my context were bearish on day 3. what happened? Market opened and price went to test its previous levels from yesterday. Okay, so what happened? I actually took the trade here when it closed below the VWAP. So this is what I have explained. So I'm not gonna take the trades which are actually not aligning with my context. What I do, I preserve my mental energy. That's very important point, guys. Anyhow, guys, I'm just summarizing my video because I know it has crossed more than 10 minutes. So I closed my Tesla positions at 195 and 196 levels. You guys can go back to my Instagram, check that out. And still holding 1/3 of my position, which is actually just 1/4, around 300 shares. So aiming for $190. Let's see what happens. So what we can improve. I'm not a perfect trader, guys. I still make lots of mistakes, but what I do, as long as you are learning from your mistakes, that's fine. So I took a long scale, which I shouldn't have because my context was bearish. Despite having a bearish context, I got long. Anyhow, my position was just 250 shares. So learning how much money you are gonna lose when you're wrong and how much money you are gonna make while trading is just really very important part. So since day 2 and day 3 are my best setups, still to date, I don't size up my positions. I see traders making 100Ks, 50Ks in just single move. While on this trade, I made roughly around 7K, which is still fine. But anyhow, I could have made more money if I just size up more. So on this side of my trading, I'm working on, but like I told you, nobody is a perfect trader. Not taking a trade is also a very important skill, right? Because there is a lot of noise going on, and I hope it will take you 3 to 5 years to understand this statement. So I'm gonna leave you with this statement, guys. Until next time, see you in my next video.